Liverpool, 38 matches, 30 goals and 21 assists, 75 chances created. It's his fifth 30-goal season with Liverpool, and really is just continuing to show that he is a historic player. It's not just a one-off. It is continuous, and it really is becoming to we've been talking about it now for quite some time, Michael Hood, where I said he could be one of the best players to ever play for Liverpool. But with the season he's having, I'll just ask you flat out, is he the best player to ever play for Liverpool?
Yeah, he is the best player after Steven Gerrard. You can't take away that one night at Istanbul. But in the Premier League, right now what he's doing, I love it. He's the best player in the world. I will give you that. But give me a big trophy. Give me the Premier League trophy. Give me the Champions League. We're not done yet. He's still cooking. But Stevie G.
But he's won both. He's won the Premier League, something that Stevie G never did.
Look at what Stevie G had to work with, right? No disrespect to the players, but Stevie G put the team on his back one season and just became a living legend right before our eyes. This guy, though, is a club legend in real time.
This past weekend, he gets a goal and an assist against Manchester City, continues to break records, and it really is difficult to argue that he is one of the best Premier League players of all time. But is he one of the best players in the history of football? For that, we bring in our very own Ian Joy, who's joining us. Decided to take the day off. He's sitting at home. Look at him. But he had to get in on this conversation. Ian, thanks for joining us, my man. Look, we've all watched Lionel Messi. We all watched Cristiano Ronaldo. You had an opportunity to cover that league fairly closely. Is Mohamed Salah now getting to the level of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi?
Well, listen, first and foremost, it's great to see you boys, and great job as always covering in on Scoreline. You two guys are stars on our network, and we are speaking about a superstar right now. Listen, he's just as good as any of them, in my personal opinion. What Mohamed Salah has done this season has been quite remarkable in the Premier League. He's probably going to end up, statistically, with the best Premier League season we have ever seen. Now, we obviously understand and respect what Lionel Messi did. I mean, I remember the 91 goals that he scored in the calendar year 2012. That was fabulous to watch him score every single game. He did something, and it was remarkable to watch a world-class superstar do his magic. But then you got Cristiano Ronaldo, who was battling for Ballon d'Or with him every single year, and then did that back-to-back, obviously, throughout 2013 and 14. And he himself had an amazing, 69 goals in 2013. And I think only Lewandowski's done 69 goals in a calendar year. But Mohamed Salah is different, right? He's not necessarily a striker. He's not necessarily a winger. He's Mohamed Salah. He's got his own position where he plays where he wants, and he basically pushes Liverpool forward to be as dangerous as they are against any team in world football right now. The reason why they are one of the most entertaining teams in world football right now, of course in the Champions League, like we're all covering on our network, is because Mohamed Salah is playing like he is right now.
Mike, take the same question to you. Like, is he getting to the level where we can compare him to a Lionel Messi, to a Cristiano Ronaldo, specifically this season with just the incredible numbers he's putting up?
Yeah, this season, what I've seen, and Ian, I'm right there with you. We usually agree on most things. That's because we're friends and we just love the beautiful game. But this is what I see with Mohamed Salah that's comparable with those two. They have an aura about them. When they stepped on the field, it wasn't a matter of if they were going to get a goal and an assist. It was when they were going to be the deciding factor in matches. Pep Guardiola and Manchester City will be so happy when they don't have to play against this guy. You could rattle off every team in world football that wants to see the back of him. They're sick and tired of seeing the front of him. And he just has that knack for coming up with the big moment, week in and week out.
I got to jump in. Listen, on our network, we're far too friendly. We're far too kind to one another. We're all best friends, and we all want to. It's like the players you see in the tunnel right now. They're all taking pictures after games and in the tunnel going out. They're shaking hands. Never used to be like that in our day, so it's not going to be like that on our network as well. This guy right now is having one of those seasons, like we witnessed with Lionel Messi, like we witnessed with Cristiano Ronaldo, where he essentially is carrying the whole team. I know Liverpool is spread out amongst many talents and a wonderful coach who has come in and done a remarkable job. But Mohamed Salah is having one of those seasons in the English Premier League, might I add, the greatest league in the world according to so many pundits out there. He is having the season in the Premier League for the history books. it might never be broken again. Alan Shearer is sitting at the top of goals and assists in a Premier League season right now. Alan Shearer! The dude was playing before I was playing. The dude was playing before you were even born. So let's not forget the fact that this season, what Mohamed Salah has put together might not be eclipsed for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
It's true. I mean, you watch this Liverpool side. Yeah, it's a great team, top to bottom. But just the sheer numbers alone tell you that without Mohamed Salah, this is a mid-table team, not even close to where they are now, 11 points clear, without a doubt. Mike, the longevity, I think, is something that we look at as well, because it's not just about this season, even though this is one of the best seasons we've ever seen. He's been doing this now for 5, 6 years with this club, also had success before he got to Liverpool. And that's kind of the comparison I also make to the Lionel Messi's, to the Cristiano Ronaldo's. To keep your body at this level, to continue to perform, it's almost, you got to applaud that almost as much as you do just his sheer numbers and goals.
Yeah, Liverpool Football Club are going to be the happiest team in world football because the African Cup of Nations, that's the big difference why we're seeing a healthy Mohamed Salah. Let's not forget this guy was cooking last season and then went down with injury around this time, and Liverpool season went by the wayside. We also have to give credit to the manager. I know you're big on him, Arne Slot. Mohamed Salah is the reason why Liverpool, Mohamed Salah is the reason why he is the best player in the world, but you need a manager to take you to another level. And what I've seen from Arne Slot is he's told his midfielders, you don't have to be the guys that just sit back and do the dirty work. Make runs forward, and that creates more lanes for Mohamed Salah to get his assists, which have gone through the roof, and also to get his goals. So it's coupled with a lot of things coming at the right time. But this guy is the cream of the crop.
Now, Ian, I want to ask you, with this historic season, if we are able to call this one of the best seasons in the history of football, is one trophy enough? Or do they need at least 2 trophies to call it one of the best seasons we've ever seen?
Well, I think sometimes, unfortunately, when it comes to Ballon d'Ors and personal, realistically, it's about a trophy for him, an individual trophy. It would come down to what he does win and what he does put in the trophy cabinet for Liverpool Football Club. They've put together already a fantastic Champions League campaign. They've unfortunately been knocked out of the FA Cup, so it takes away that quadruplet that we could essentially have seen. EFL Cup on our network, you're watching them obviously get back into the race and potentially lift that competition. And then the Premier League, in my opinion, is done and dusted already. I don't think there's been a team for 28, 29 years that have come back with this much of a gap at this stage in a Premier League season. So yes, they do need to win trophies for it to be considered success. Mohamed Salah's season will still go down in the history books because there's no doubt in my mind with what the 41 goals and assist contributions that he's had right now in the Premier League, that will be smashed. This 47 that's sitting right now, don't forget that Andy Cole and Aaron Shearer, who are sitting on that record, they played more games than this guy. So for the fact that he's on the stage right now after 26, 27 match days, it's quite remarkable, and it will be a special season for the history books in the Premier League. Whether we like it or not, it might take a long time for it to be beaten. But for us to really embrace what Liverpool have done under Arne Slot and really put a bow on a season that they've done, what I want to see happen is Liverpool win more than one trophy. The Premier League title is what Mohamed Salah's chasing. He's already made that clear in interviews previously. The Champions League is coming second fiddle to a Premier League trophy that he wants to win for Liverpool fans. But I wouldn't put it past Liverpool from going deep in the Champions League as well. Who wants to play against them with the team in form that like they're in right now? The players who are out of contract are playing their best football. Virgil van Dijk might be the best defender in world football right now. Every single match day, this guy brings it with determination, with aggression, with leadership. He has become a better footballer in the last 12 months than I've seen him play previously in his time at Liverpool. And I didn't think that was even possible. And we're saying the same about Mohamed Salah. So I agree. Yes, get the trophies in the cabinet, lock him up, and you've got to at some point give him an offer that he simply can't refuse to stay and go on in the Premier League with Liverpool.
And that's where I want to go to end this conversation to both of you. Because he's been doing this on top of the fact with the contract situation looming, Ian, we'll start with you. Does Liverpool need to sign Mohamed Salah more than Mohamed Salah need to sign with Liverpool?
Listen, it's a great question, and it's one we should all be talking about right now. Why has this deal not got done already? I mean, Liverpool Football Club should, in my personal opinion, after what we're witnessing with this guy, what he does off the field and what he does on the field, why have they not made him an offer that he simply can't refuse? What is it he's waiting for? I would like to know where we stand on this contract situation. From what we're hearing, he's been offered a contract, but it's simply not good enough for him to sign it. So therefore, do you get to the stage where you invest so much into this player and lock him in for 2, 3, 4 years? Maybe that's what he's looking for, the years more than the money. I mean, in his condition, you pointed it out there, he's starting to look like Michael Lahoud in the mirror when you look at this guy. This guy is absolutely built. And some of the specimens that have come before him, Cristiano Ronaldo at his age, I mean, we saw Luka Modric at 39 years old scoring an absolute worldie for Real Madrid. This guy could be fitter than both of them. This guy, unfortunately, has had injuries in his career, but sometimes those injuries prolong your career at the end of your career. So what's the hesitation? For me, it's a no-brainer. Virgil van Dijk might be just as important for Liverpool Football Club to continue the success, but I know, obviously, Stefano, this means a lot to you, watching Liverpool every single week. If you lock those two players up, I'm not so sure about Trent if he's as important as those two players. If you lock the two most important players up, being Virgil and being Mohamed Salah, you might start to see a 3-4 year dynasty of Liverpool Football Club dominating English football.